Welcome, one and all, to episode 466 of Scotch and Smoke Rings. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn here, as always, with suspenders set to maximum stun. Audio check. No? Audio check. Welcome, one and all, to episode
Okay, audio check is working.
So glad to have you on the program here, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of weird for me because I did episode 465 of Scotch and Smoke Rings Sunday. Remember, I was moving last week this time. 1 week ago today, I moved into my current house, and the move was quite an event. Anyway, I couldn't do the show last week, so instead I waited until I was back in the house, and I did my last episode on Sunday. So for me, it's only been a few days since I last was in front of the camera with you, and it's a little weird for me. Kind of feels like I'm doing back-to-back shows. But man, it was nothing like when Fallout 76 was announced. Holy cow. I was doing a couple live streams a day back then. I have a feeling when the beta for Fallout 76 is released, I'll be doing daily live streams, if not multiple live streams a day, just to make sure everybody is able to see the content. So yeah, I've got that to look forward to. But for now, it's my break. I've been working all day on a really cool show. Didn't bother to find your derby. Yeah, so my hat is still packed. I don't know if you can tell, but I haven't unpacked yet. My derby is in one of these boxes. And I don't know which one. And I've been busy. Look, I've published 4 or 5 videos this week. It's not like I've been slacking. So the hat will just have to wait. I will get to the hat, never fear. The hat is a part of the show. We'll get the hat back. But as for right now, I'm kind of busy. I've been working all day today on a new Legion video. I already finished my Legion series, but now I have to say exactly why I dislike them. And I'm not going to make it subjective, I promise you. I'm putting a lot of thought and research into this video. I'm going to be citing a ton of sources, capturing footage from a number of characters. It's going to be a legit video, and I'm putting in the work. So it's going to take me a couple of days, which means no video tomorrow. But you're going to have a great one for Saturday. Dawson Holiday says, so Oxhorn, now that you are in a new house and you are finally in $1 million studio surrounded by sexy babes. Yeah, well, I mean, look around you. Here's my $1 million studio with all of that. What do studios have? Like fuzzy triangles on the wall, sound bafflers, and like diamond windows or something. And then sexy babes. Like there's a sexy babe. There's a sexy babe. Look, more sexy babes. Man, what is it they say? Ballin'? Is that what it is? I'm ballin'. Rolling? I'm rolling and ballin'. My balls are rolling. Well, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. I got confused for a minute there. Look, I haven't had my scotch yet. Let's get the cup. Today we're drinking some Lagavulin, 16-year-old Lagavulin, and this is a fantastic little drink. I'm having a great time with it. This was a gift by the owner of Digital DNA Games. He thanked me for live streaming his game Death Toll earlier this year, and this was his gift. So a great guy. I've been having a good time. Audio cracking is the audio cracking. Here, let me turn this down a bit. There you go. Hopefully that's better. Well, here's the $1 million sound. It's half empty. Didn't make that. I don't have any ice yet. So my ice machine is broken. It's the one thing about this new house. It came with a refrigerator. And my water from the fridge works fine, but my ice machine is broken. Great. You guys can stop quoting me. I did not mean... I wasn't thinking when I said that my balls were rolling. I was just trying to be a baller. And one thing led to another, and I did something I regret. What can I say? All right. Lots of... Holy cow, lots of stuff going by. Welcome, new sponsor, Clark19. Pleasure to have you on the program. The Dark Seraph says, what do you call a track meet for cross-dressers? A drag race? I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for the tip, The Easy Life. Hey, Oxhorn, I love your Fallout content. I laughed hard at your laughing fit at the end of the Winged Atomic Tango video while doing the escorts. Can't wait for your next video. Yeah, they did a really good job with that. with the electric, drill and then the feral ghoul sounds. So, I'm not turning it into a shirt. Just saying. I know everyone wants to see it as a shirt. I know everyone wants to see it as a shirt, though. I'm not turning it into a shirt. It's not going to make any sense. Could you imagine wearing that shirt? Everyone's going to look at you going, what? What? No, I'm not turning that into a shirt. Good idea, though. The irony is that I'd probably get people to buy it. See, that's the thing. I'm turning down money here. Matthew Thomason says, hey, Oxhorn, do you think a more developed main character in Fallout would lead to more interesting storylines? No. I mean, Fallout is one of those games where you don't have to have a ironed out main character. I mean, look, in Fallouts 1 and 2, there's no story about the main character. Well, in Fallout 2, there's a little bit of a story. I take that back. But in Fallout 3, there was no real story about the main character, aside from, what we know. I mean, where he or she was born. Like, we know that the Fallout 3 main character, the Lone Wanderer, was born in the vault, and then everything that went on with the father and the mother and the water and all of that. Well, not born in... Well, okay, I don't want to spoil anything. But how you lived the first 19 years of your life, we don't have any information on that. We've got a best friend, and that's about it. Really, the Courier from Fallout New Vegas is the most fleshed out, ironed out main character from the Fallout franchise. And it's really interesting, but I think Fallout players really enjoy telling their own stories. So the less of a backstory the developers write for the main character is better. I was trying to show this off. This is my Black Market Estelle box. My kids saw me open it and thought it was a treasure chest. My son asked me if I was a pirate. I had to disappoint him. But I've been really enjoying this box of cigars since I moved into my new house, making this my last one. See? But it's a great little box. I'll probably keep the box. Maybe store knickknacks in it or balls. Let's see. Time to open this bad boy up. We've got a torpedo-shaped cigar. Let's take off the... You got to be careful, because if the wrapper is just a little bit dry, when you take off the banding, it just rips the wrapper. Whew, okay, we're all right. But then, you got to be careful when you cut it, because if you cut it with a dull blade, you could tear the wrapper right off, which is going to make for an unpleasant smoking experience. So let's use a sharp blade and quickly. I think we're okay. Show can go on. The Dark Knight Archive says, hey, Oxhorn, your videos have given me countless hours of entertainment. I just want to say thanks. You have inspired me to play the guitar. Thanks so much. I did? What did I do to inspire you to play the guitar? Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. You were welcome for the inspiration. I don't remember doing a video about guitars, but I'll take it. Tom Lodberg says, Mr. Ox, I must say, your series on L.A. Noire is so great. I really look forward to every episode. Well, thank you very much. I have a blast making my L.A. Noire series. It's not paying off yet, just to lift the hood a little bit. And it's because, I'm a Fallout channel, and Fallout is a huge title spanning multiple games. L.A. Noire is a single game franchise. So I understand why fewer people watch the videos. It's one of those things where the feedback I get on my L.A. Noire series is almost entirely positive. So I'm really glad people are watching it. But it's just so few people watch it compared to the people who enjoy my Fallout videos. So my L.A. Noire series is really a labor of love. I love the game so much. It was so well told that I'm just doing it, even though I'm making not as much money. But it's still worth it. It's still worth it. Daniel says, hey, can you tell us when your Discord Steam questions will be open again? I must say L.A. Noire may be my favorite series you've done. Thanks, brother. Well, you are very welcome, and I'm grateful that you're watching. So I closed the Stream Questions channel on Discord because I found that it was just too much for me to navigate between, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, trying to monitor all of the different chat. I really just need everything in one spot. So I want to monitor one chat so that I can get as many comments as possible. And I would keep going back to my Stream Questions channel on Discord, and I would see all of these great questions that I missed because I was too preoccupied with my YouTube channel comments. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to have my YouTube comments on right now. If you want me to read your comment, if you have a comment or thoughts for me, please use this one, the YouTube channel, just because it's what I'm monitoring right now. Alex says, hey, I love your videos. Keep up the good work and hopefully see you in the beta. Stay classy. I hope to see you in the beta as well. It'll be a blast. Now, eventually, I'm going to have a legitimate ventilation system installed in my office. This office is going to be my smoking room. I own my house now. I don't have to worry about landlords or anything like that. I can do what I want, but I also don't want to smoke out the family, so I am going to get a ventilation installed in that wall back there. But before I get it installed, I still have to ventilate. So I've got a huge, like 600 CFM fan in that window, and there's no other window in my room. So I have to open a window in the kitchen, which is way on the other side of the living room. I'm on the main floor here. And so while I'm doing my show, this means my family has to hide in the basement. Otherwise, I would hear them and they would be interrupting my show. So I've got this stream of air passing through my living room and into my garage, I keep calling it my garage. It's not a garage. It's an office now. It's a legitimate office. I'm so happy to be able to say that. This is the first time in the history of Scotch and Smoke Rings where I've been broadcasting from an actual office that isn't a garage. 9 years. 9 years coming. Took a while, but we finally got here. Anyway, it's pushing all of the smoke out that window so that my poor family doesn't have to suffer through it. So, but that means that we may get interrupted. Kids will be kids. Steven says, just wanted to say I love your videos. If someone wanted to try something different on Fallout 4, what would you recommend? Wait, to try something different in Fallout 4 or to try something different other than Fallout 4? Well, I mean, to try something different on Fallout 4, I'd have to know what you've already tried. So, it's hard for me to answer that question. I mean, the end game is really the settlement build system. So, that's what I would spend my time doing. Ray Orzolino says, haven't been able to keep up. I also just recently moved to Hawaii. Pardon me. Love your channel. It's so fun watching your videos. Keep it up. Mahalo. Well, mahalo back at ya, and congrats on the move. B. Cherry and Jones Drinker says, say the word, I will give you all my money. You are more important than me. That's very kind. I don't want your money. It's okay. I'm glad you're on the program. I'm glad you're watching. Thank you for the tip. But keep your money and do something important with it. Something important or something enjoyable. Or both. United Soviet 2 says, Mr. Oxhorn, what do you think of the new U.S. Space Force? USSF, like in Fallout USSA. Space program where military is more involved like Fallout. When I first heard about it, I thought of something like out of G.I. Joe. This guy, and you buy the figurine, he's in his space outfit, he's part of the USS Space Force. But hey, I approve. I'm down with the Space Force. I mean, someone has to have a Space Force. It might as well be us. Doggone it. America. Lakeside Redneck says, Oxhorn, thanks for the explanation of the different characters and places in the Fallout universe. I enjoy learning more about the Fallout series. I can't wait to see what Fallout 76 is going to be like. I can't either. I am excited. Tom says, do YouTube tributes pay you that much that you have to... Do YouTube tributes pay you that much that you have afford a house? Well, I can really understand that your efforts does pay off. Yeah, I mean, my YouTube channel is my job. And thankfully, this livelihood is giving me the income I need to buy a house. I mean, I didn't buy this house in cash. I do have a mortgage. I'm not that... I was about to do it again. Not that ballin'? Is that the word? My rolls are not ballin' that much. But, I mean, I have a nice place. I'm very grateful. So thanks, everyone watching, for allowing me to have that opportunity. Wow. Your comments are flying so by I can't even keep up with the sponsored messages. Did that one? 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 Is that all of them? No, there must have been more. I think that's all of them. Yeah, YouTube loses track of them really quickly. The green ones fade off the screen really fast. And if I don't get them, I miss them. Cheers. Ox, can you read this? I'm watching at 3 a.m. Yes, I can. Thank you so much for joining me. I realize people tune in at a variety of times all over the world just to watch the program. Where's the hat? Says Richard Wendleton. It's in one of these boxes. I need to unpack. Thing is, I don't have any furniture for my office yet. So I don't have a place to put anything, even if I were to unpack all of my boxes. So it may just stay at the bottom of one of these boxes for a long time. Your Nums says, what is your favorite melee and ranged weapon out of all of the Fallout games? Well, I guess what I've chosen for my primary characters, I love Old Faithful, the lever action rifle from Far Harbor as a long-ranged weapon. The Gauss rifle is a close second. I love the Gauss rifle. And then in terms of melee weapon, there are so many good ones, but I love the Throat Slicer. It's a fantastic little weapon. Dark Seraph says, I got a glass of Jack and rum and cigar. Cheers. Cheers to you, good sir. TJ Littlejohn says, Oxhorn, just want to say I love the videos, even L.A. Noir. Will we get to see more Fallout 1 or 2 videos in the future? You are a great storyteller, and I always look forward to your videos. Well, that is extremely kind. I hesitate to say anything because I know that if I don't fulfill it, I'm going to be making people upset. But I am getting to the point where, unless something dramatic happens, like the Fallout 76 beta, I may be starting a new Fallout 1 series. All right, yeah, I said that. But look, just tamp down your expectations. There's a lot I got to do. I got to shoot a ton of footage, hours and hours and hours playing the game, looking up stuff in guides, shooting the footage, then piecing it together, and then figuring out how I'm going to do some sort of cinematic intro in a game that was released in 1998. So there's a lot of work ahead of me, so just don't expect anything too soon. But I am considering getting ready to start a Fallout 1 series, which would be a whole lot of fun. It's something I've been meaning to do for quite some time. There were just so many things I had to get through. I had to get through my Nuka World series. I had to get through my Legions series. And now, I think it's time. I can't do anything in Fallout 3 because I haven't beat the game yet. And I can't start Broken Steel until I've beat the game. Well, I mean, I have beat the game in the past, but within the footage that I've shot for this series, I haven't beat the game yet. So I have a lot to do in Fallout 3 before I can start Broken Steel. So now may be the time to start a Fallout 1 series. Crawdaddy Deluxe says you're an absolute savage, Ox. Cheers. Am I a savage? Cheers. Glad to have you in the program. Okay, let's see if I can catch up here. Dylan says, how do you think factions will be in 76? I don't think there will be factions in 76. Remember, Todd and many, and Todd and Pete and the people who were talking about it said that there aren't going to be any NPCs outside this disembodied voice of the Overseer, whom we only hear when we're in Vault 76, and maybe a few robots here and there. And if that's the case, there's not going to be any NPC factions that we can side with. But that doesn't mean that there won't be PC factions. Maybe we'll be able to band together for guilds or to make our own factions. I don't know. But yeah, we may find remnants of certain factions, like we may find the remains of an enclave presence, or even, yeah, I mean, it says that every NPC is either going to be, you know, an enemy or a real person. So there's, yeah, we're not going to find factions. How are you able to put such depth, to put out such in-depth videos so often? I mean, it's just work. It's just one of those things where it's got to get done. So you sit down and you just chip away. I'll tell you something that inspired me at a young age. This was back when we had DVDs. Back in the ancient time of DVDs. I had bought the boxed set for Lord of the Rings, the special edition, and I watched hours and hours and hours of the behind-the-scenes documentaries while I was writing my novel at the time. And there was this one interview with the sound design, well, the Foley artists who did the Lord of the Rings, and every single sound we hear in the Lord of the Rings trilogy was recorded by two guys with like sticks and bells and grass and boots and just stomping and going out to the field and recording llamas or whatever. Every sound, just two guys with a microphone and a lot of imagination. And you know, it's a monumental undertaking for these two guys to produce every single sound heard in the trilogy. And the interviewer said, you know, didn't you ever get overwhelmed? And they responded by saying, look, you just gotta compartmentalize what you gotta do. You gotta take a piece of it and work on it. Then take the next piece of it and work on it. It's like a mason, a marble mason. He didn't try to carve the entire rock at once. He just took one little corner and he stared at that little corner and he chipped away. And that's all you gotta do. You just gotta chip away. So when I sit down to do a video, I realize, you know, I'm pumping out a 60-minute video, but I try not to let that overwhelm me. I just chip away. You just start, and you start thinking to yourself, and you go over the footage, and you just start talking. If you could just start the talking, the video will eventually make itself. You can change things later. You can edit things out, put things back in. Just start talking, get something recorded, and chip away, and you'll get it done. Lone Wolf says, "Hey, Oxhorn, you're my favorite YouTuber. I enjoy your videos. Keep up the awesome, godly videos." I enjoy so much. You're very welcome. I will try to be awesome and godly for you. The Dark Knight Archive says, "Oxhorn, I just have $15 left in my account, but you deserve all of my money. You are my favorite YouTuber. Enjoy the house. Cheers." Thank you, but please don't give me your last dollar. You're going to make me feel bad, okay? I can't take your last $15. I appreciate the tip. Thank you so much. But get yourself something nice for dinner tonight. That's what I want you to have. Don't spend it on me, please. I appreciate it, though. Jesse Spain says, "Looking forward to your thoughts on the Legion video, Ox. Never fear, that video will be ready soon. I'm building it now. It's taking a bit of time. I'm giving myself 2 days to do this video just to make sure I get absolutely everything. You should see my audio project. I've got, like, I have each topic recorded in lines, and I've got 15 minutes of this topic, 20 minutes of that topic, and I'm trying to make room for everything, and I'm editing line by line because I want to make sure that it's comprehensive. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, the problem with YouTube is that it limits my ability to scroll back in time. I notice a bunch of colors flash on the screen, but it happens while I'm answering another question, and then I make a mental note, okay, scroll up to answer that. But by the time I get there, it's gone. It flies off the screen. Jacob says, "You can wear the hat that's sitting in the chair that's behind you until you get the other hats unpacked." Yeah, all right. How's that? Better? Brian Mahoney says, "Hiya, Oxhorn. I finally got into playing Fallout 4 recently, and I'm blown away by how insane it is. And I've been having so much fun jumping in the deep end in terms of exploring and just soaking in the environment. And I love it." Well, I'm glad. I mean, Fallout 4, I did play Fallout 3, and I played Fallout New Vegas before playing Fallout 4. But playing Fallout 4 is really what just ignited my my fascination with the series, causing me to just fall in love with it all over again. Vellingham says, "No question or comment. I missed your last live stream and I just want to make up for lost time. Please forgive me, Oxhorn-sama." Oxhorn-sama? Also, I feel a strange urge to buy your shirts. It's almost like I've been conditioned to do so. That's right. Yeah, that's because of all of that subliminal messaging in all of my videos. You gotta pay attention, but every 60-second frame, buy shirts. Big, bold letters. Easy to miss, but just every 60-second frame, just pause and you'll see, buy shirt. Soldier says, "Hi, Oxhorn. I love your videos, and I think you are right about the divergence. And there is one big difference between our world and the Fallout world besides the nuclear war. Is nuclear development." Yeah, I mean, a lot of hippies and protesters, for lack of a better word, scared development in nuclear research in our universe. I was actually watching a Proper People episode where they were exploring a series of abandoned nuclear power plants that were never built. And, companies had invested millions into getting these power plants built, but the climate changed in America over a short period of time, to the point where there was just fanatical protesting against nuclear energy. And it became so unpopular that a lot of these power plant companies just folded, leaving these huge concrete ruins for people to explore. So, yeah, that's one of the major differences between our universes. Here I am talking too much and my cigar's going out. Is there a Rage playlist? No, there should be, shouldn't there? Well, the problem is that the Rage gameplay always starts about an hour into the video, because I start playing Rage at the end of my episode of Scotch and Smoking, so I should probably put together a Rage playlist, shouldn't I? The Dark Knight Archive says, "Hey, Oxhorn, I just got dinner and thought I want to give you money. I am now broke and I won't be able to donate anymore. Sorry about that. Cheers." All right. I respect your decision. As a free American with your own money or whatever, do your thing. I'll take it. Swissy with a tip. Swissy66, thank you very much. Jordan says, "Hey, Oxhorn, it's been far too long since I've watched your live streams, and it's good to be back with you. Well, it's great to have you on the program." Lakeside says, "Oxhorn, I was wondering about doing a joint collaboration gameplay on Fallout 4 or one of the other Fallout games. Let me know what you think. I live close to Seattle, so transportation would not be an issue." That's a great idea. Thank you for the creativity, but I tend to do my own thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm kind of a hermit online. Like, I have Facebook and Twitter, but I don't really do anything with them. I have these automatic feeds set up to just tweet out a link to my YouTube video every day. And that's about as social as I get. Every now and then I'll hop on Twitter and answer some questions. Like I answered a few today, but I find that it takes up so much time. I don't know how some of these Twitter celebrities can do it. Like, you'll see these Twitter celebrities and they answer all fan feedback, and every single mention they get, they have something to say, and they've got these really witty, tweets. And I envy that kind of creativity, because I could not do that every day. To come up with some creative thing to say on Twitter every single day, I don't know. I wish I could just hire somebody to be me on Twitter. I'll never do that. Don't worry. It's not going to happen. But It would be so refreshing to just hire someone. You be Oxhorn. You be clever and creative and witty and entertain people on Twitter. And I'll just sit here and make my videos. Is that fair? So, yeah, I'm not really sociable. I mean, I've got my family and friends and, you know, I do things. But, you know, when it comes to, like, the video game community at large, I'm kind of done with all of that. I did all of that. Back in the day, back in my old Oxhorn days, when I played World of Warcraft instead of Fallout, I did all of that. You know, I went to the conventions. I did, you know, joint shows with other content creators. I did interviews. I went to like 5 or 6 conventions in a row, and I would walk around as Oxhorn, and people would take photos, and I would sign things. I don't know. I don't want to do that anymore. I did it. I'm glad I did it. But now I just want my chair, and my computer, and my cigar, and my scotch, and I'm happy. Brian says, also, am I the only one who picked the sarcastic option when you finally confront Kellogg? I felt like it was straight out of a Hollywood action movie moment. Gwendolyn? What is that? Is that Mommy's? Did you find it downstairs? Oh, where's Mama? Go give it back to Mama. Thank you, honey. Told you. I'm having a brain fart. I don't remember. I don't remember what that sarcastic line was. But I did show it off in my video all about Kellogg. So I guess I'll have to rewatch it to remember. Vellingham says, hire a synth version of yourself, bro. It'll really help you, assuming the synth doesn't try to kill you. So remember the recall code. If only. If only. BK says, I always pick the sarcastic option, and it gets me in trouble a lot. The problem with the sarcastic option is in the vanilla game it just says sarcastic. Sometimes the sarcastic option is just rude and mean. I like being sarcastic sometimes, but I don't want to be cruel, and sometimes it's just flat up cruel. So... Angel Spartaness Heavenden says, I'm using my own gaming stream tips to tip you because you're one of my biggest content creating inspirations. I fall asleep to your Fallout vids every night, by the way. That's super sweet, and thank you so much for the tip. I greatly appreciate it. Jamar says, would you like to set the world on fire? I don't want to set the world on fire, but I also don't want to light a fire in your heart. I'm married already. That'd be kind of creepy. So I tried to fire up Rage and play back to the point where I died in our last stream. But the show started, so I only got about halfway there. So I did cover most of the ground, but not all of it. So you won't have to, pardon me, you won't have to worry about watching me play through too much of what we've already done. William Buki says, can you review Army Officer's Outfit mod, please? Probably not. I've already got my content schedule ironed out for the foreseeable future. So probably not. Do a video on the origin of VATS. Yeah, I've been meaning to, but the problem is that VATS is magic. It's one of those things where all we know is that Vault-Tec invented it, but we don't know anything about it. When it was invented, who was involved in inventing it, the struggles they went through while trying to invent it, what it's really supposed to be. It's just like a VATS enhanced target, or a Vault-Tec enhanced targeting system. But how does it work? I mean, it's a wrist-mounted device. Does it like communicate through your eyes? Is that why time seems to slow? Or does it inject you with something which makes you feel like time is slowing? None of that is explained. So I don't know if a video would be very useful. I mean, there's plenty of speculation, but I typically try to stay clear of videos that are pure speculation. Because anyone can make a video about speculating about something. Oh, I think this will happen, and I think this will happen, and this could possibly happen, or one opportunity is this happening, and you know, there's all of that. But that's, I don't know, I've never been drawn to that kind of content. That's why I like focusing on lore, because there's so much history we can go back and verify in the game or in other games. So Brian Mahoney says the sarcastic Kellogg line is, oh yeah, it is a great line. In 100 years when I die, I hope I go to hell so I can kill you twice. It's a great line. Joseph says, so if you aren't social, then will you be playing Fallout 76 by yourself? Would you be willing to make a timeline lore video of the events in Fallout using the US map and showing the territories of the major factions? So 2 questions. Thank you very much for the tip. As for the timeline video, yeah, honestly, I was thinking about that the other day. It would be really interesting to do a timeline video, but in order to do it right, I'd love to be able to do some timeline animations. I know After Effects a little bit, but I'd have to sit down and work out how I wanted the animations to go. Of course, I don't have to do that. I could just, record myself playing the game for 30 minutes and then superimpose my narration on top of it, and boom, video done. But I think that a timeline for Fallout it's such an interesting topic that it demands a higher production value, so I'd have to think about getting into that first. As for Fallout 76, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the nature of Fallout 76 in terms of how it's going to feel to play yet, because the beta isn't here. Will we be able to party with specific people that we know? Or is it the sort of thing where they just dump you into a world with, 20 or 30 random people that you can bump into? Or are the servers kind of set in stone where you log onto the server and you get to see the same people every time you play? Or is it sort of like the things that you've built are in your little version of the world and they're saved to your character, but the game generates essentially a new map every time you log in or something? I mean, there are all of those questions, and I don't know how it's going to work out. I'm likely not going to be playing with a lot of people. I'll probably be playing by myself for the majority of my live streams, but you never know. Maybe I'll team up with another YouTuber or team up with some subscribers. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll probably be playing mostly by myself. William Bucci says it's pronounced... Okay, did I say Buki? It's pronounced Bucci. He gave me $10 to remind me how to say his name correctly. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, William. I apologize. It's William Bucci. Ricky says, for the love of lore, can we get more vids? Big fan of what you do. Thank you. I mean, yeah, I've got a lot more coming. I do have to sleep, though. There is that physical limitation. I wish I could just, strap myself into a chair and connect hoses to everything and just crank out content. Then I wouldn't have to leave. But, I mean, I do have to get up to eat and sleep. I've got more videos coming. It's just I can't do it every day like I used to. It's more like 3 or 4 times a week. Well, recently I've been doing about 5 times a week, haven't I? And that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Soldier says, hi, Oxhorn, I love your videos, and I think you are right about the divergence, and there is one big difference between our world and the Fallout world besides... Wait, did you just tip that again? Yeah, you did. I answered your question a moment ago, Soldier. I'm not sure why he tipped to say the same thing. Anyway, Chance says, hey, Oxhorn, I absolutely loved your series on the story of Nuka World. Do you think you'll give Far Harbor a similar treatment? Love the channel. Yeah, that is the plan. And it's going to be next. I finished Nuka World, and I finished Automatron. I need to do Far Harbor, and I really should do the Vault-Tec Workshop again. I don't really. I don't know if I did. If I gave it the best treatment. I did it. I mean, the videos are on my channel, but I may want to do it over again. Anthony says, is there a reason you have fewer Fallout 3 videos compared to the others? Or did you just start that one later? Fallout 3 is my favorite. Yeah, I mean, that's the reason. I started that one later. I've been doing Fallout 3 videos for just over a year. I've been doing Fallout New Vegas videos for about a year and a half. I've been doing Fallout 4 videos for over 2 years now. For almost 3 years now. William says the word get that every time. Well, I will remember from now on that it's Bucci. Ox, when do you plan on doing Broken Steel, says Noah. I mean, probably after I do the full story of Fallout 3. Honestly. So it's going to be quite some time. BV says, do you like dank memes? Oh yeah, the danker the better. I mean, I've always been a spelunker. That's not a euphemism. Like, I explore caves. And in caves, it's dank. I enjoy dank places. So if I had a choice between fresh, clean memes and dank memes, as a spelunker, I would choose dank. Arsenogen says, huge fan. Lore videos are getting me through a breakup. Well, I'm happy to help, and I'm sorry to hear about your breakup. Forza says, hey Ox, it's me again, still on vacation. How are you? Well, I hope you enjoy your vacation. I am doing well. I'm glad you're taking the time in your vacation to come to my program. I mean, that's flattering. I appreciate it. But I'm doing great. Dave says, hey Oxhorn, did you see my idea on how single divergence is in the 50s quasi-culture? No. If you're going to take the opportunity to tip me, which is going to turn your comment bright blue or green, making it stand out, causing me to see it better, you may want to put your idea in that comment so that I see it, instead of saying, hey, did you see my other comment? But no, I mean, unless you're the guy who did... I remember somebody left a comment on my Divergence video that talked about how in Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, it was more of a Mad Max 80s take on the post-apocalypse instead of the 50s retro-futurism feel that we get in Fallout 4 and 3. Was that you? So, I don't know. I didn't see your comment, so it's hard for me to respond to it. Chad Lind says, hello, I've been watching your videos since Mothership Zeta and just wanted to say your videos are very entertaining and helpful. Keep it up. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you've been... See, I love it. It's, every now and then I'll spend all of this time and energy on a long series, and I don't really know what the lifespan is like after I publish that series. Do people keep watching it? I mean, I suppose I could look at my own analytics. But, you know, I'm grateful when I hear from fans who just really enjoyed a series that I did, and that was the gateway that introduced them to all of my other videos. What are your thoughts on Justin Io? Well, he's a pretentious, haughty little twerp, but he does have the best... he has the best... Let's see. His goals are that the Institute prospers. He doesn't really have any personal ambition in the game aside from, you know, his own reputation and his own rank within the Institute. He wants to see the Institute succeed. That's at least, you know, on his side. But with Dr. Zimmer kind of being MIA, he's kind of really full of himself and his particular little department within the Institute. I mean, he thinks a lot about the SRB. And I can understand being really proud of your department. You've been working really hard with a team of talented individuals, and I get that, but he's really SRB focused and super Institute focused to the point that he can't, like, he blocks out everything else. He can't even think about a scavenger. Like, he can't even emotionally relate to a scavenger. It's just the scavengers are there to be consumed by the Institute at the Institute's will. That's how Justin Io sees the world. So yeah, he's got the best future of the Institute at heart, but he's still a weird guy. Bearded Gorlak says, "Hey Oxhorn, trying to fend off this heat wave, and I've been wondering if you would like to play a Fallout game set in Canada." Cheers from Quebec. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hot. I can understand that. As for Canada, it would be interesting to play a Fallout game in Canada, especially since Canada was annexed by America in the lore of the game. We shall see. Anthony says, "I know everyone loves New Vegas, but I find that it really suffers from telling way too much rather than showing. The NPCs' dialogue also seems to be huge info dumps. I feel the writing suffers because of this, in my honest opinion." Look, I think that's a legitimate criticism of Fallout New Vegas. I can understand why they do it that way, because it is a role-playing game, and you know, the developers of Fallout New Vegas came from the old school way of doing role-playing games, where there wasn't a lot of on-screen action, and it was, you know, a point and click, and you know, lots of dialogue trees. That was the developers who created New Vegas came from that background, so I understand why they made the game the way they did. But you are right in that with modern technology and a modern game, in the modern way that we tell the stories of games, showing is preferable to telling. It keeps people engaged. Like, I'm going through... I use this example a lot, but when you first learn about the story of the first Battle of Hoover Dam, you learn it from Chief Hanlon, and he's at the top of Camp Golf, and you sit there, and I timed it, because I had to record it, and he gives you that story for 40 minutes. It's 40 minutes of staring at Chief Hanlon's face while he tells you the story of what happened at the first Battle of Hoover Dam. And I also use this example a lot, but when you arrive at the crater, Big Mountain, before you get into any action, before you get to explore anything, you sit down for an interview between 5 robots that lasts over an hour. It's an hour conversation, and it's so confusing at first because you don't understand that it's a conversation between multiple robots until you're about 10 minutes into it. And that's because they were limited with the technology at the time. I mean, if it were Fallout 4, the camera would move from character to character as the characters are interacting with each other and interacting with you. But since it was based on the Fallout 3 engine, when you're in a dialogue, you're focused on one character. So we're looking at Dr. Klein, while Dr. Klein is having a conversation with Dr. Darla, or Dr. Boris, but the screen is frozen behind them because it's the Fallout 3 engine, and none of those characters are moving, and the only indication we have that other people are talking besides the person we're looking at is the tone of the voice. Like, the voice actors are a little bit different, although they all speak a little bit the same because they're crazy brain robots in jars, and they'll put little asterisks or exclamation points or other text features next to the words to tell you that a different character is talking. But an hour of that? I remember when I first tried doing Old World Blues. This was back on my first New Vegas character. Long before I started producing content for my channel, I got 30 minutes in and I was like, I'm done. I sat down to smoke a cigar and to play a video game for a little bit, but my cigar is almost gone. It's getting late. I need to go to bed. You know, big work day tomorrow. I can't do this anymore. 30 minutes in and I haven't even played the game yet because I'm sitting there listening to these mad scientists talking about Big Mountain. So instead of like telling that story slowly, but I mean, there's also a silver lining to this as well. Because of that particular method of storytelling, the universe of Fallout New Vegas is rich and there is so much to talk about. And we understand the motives behind all of these characters, and it feels almost mythological. I mean, have you ever thought about that? One of the major differences between Obsidian's New Vegas and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 is that Fallout New Vegas, it almost seems like we're hearing an ancient myth. I mean, Joshua Graham covered in pitch, set on fire, and tossed into the Grand Canyon. He becomes the burned man, walks away, covered in bandages, becomes a Legion myth. Some say he haunts the Legion today. I mean, that is epic storytelling. The story is great for Fallout New Vegas, and especially with Ulysses and how he follows the courier through all of the DLCs. The story we get is just phenomenal. The method of telling that story leaves a little bit to be desired. I agree with you. It's the whole show don't tell thing. They tell too much of the story at you. They just shovel these pages of text after you over and over and over again, when you really just kind of want to get into the game and play the game. So, I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be New Vegas if that wasn't part of it. And we all love well, most of us love New Vegas. I love and adore New Vegas. So, I don't begrudge them doing that. I know why they did it. They come from the 90s, making games when that was how it was done. So, anyway, I still really love New Vegas. Brian says, love your videos. Ever thought about doing a video on New Vegas' sewers? Yeah. And what about the rails seen on the guns in Fallout being Weaver rails that started being produced in the 1930s? I am not educated enough about Weaver rails to be able to comment intelligently about that, so let me actually make a note to myself, because that's really interesting. Doing the Divergence video and learning about Picatinny rails kind of piqued my curiosity about, gun lore. So, Weaver rails? I'll have to look that up because that's really interesting. But yeah, I have been meaning to do a video on the New Vegas sewers, and I've been meaning to do a video on the Fallout 4 overpasses, which would be a whole lot of fun. Yeah, I've got a lot of ideas. It's just time. Time is the thing I don't have. Dogface says, hey Oxhorn, thanks for getting me into the Fallout series. What are your thoughts on multiplayer only in Fallout 76? I've expressed my opinion on that in the past, and my opinion is that I'm cautiously optimistic. It's not what I was expecting, but I'm hoping for the best, and I think that they have the ability to make it really great. But I'm going to wait and see. Miguel Porres says, good evening. Just cleared the Quincy ruins with Preston, and I think it was a good opportunity, missed, for a Minuteman quest. Any thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. One of the things I really want to do. So back in the day, I did Machinima. I don't do Machinima now. Every now and then I'll try and throw a Machinima touch in there, like I did with Lonesome Road, but back in the day I did Machinima, and that's kind of where my artistic heart is. And I have an idea for a Machinima video I would love to do with the Minutemen. I have the song in mind and everything. It's going to be a music video where the general of the Minutemen, the sole survivor, and Preston, and then anyone who wants to tag along, probably Sturgis. The Long family would probably stay behind, honestly. And, of course, Mama Murphy, but Sturgis would probably come. Might even get the Atom Cats to come because he loves the Atom Cats. Anyway, get the Minutemen together and raid Quincy. Just doing a big music video, Machinima-style video where you retake Quincy. I mean, I have it all mapped out in my head, but I'll never make it. I'll never make it because back in the day when I did Machinima, it would take me a month to do one video. Sometimes even more. That's because I would do compositing and be multiple layers, and I'd write a script and multiple revisions to the audio, and it was just a huge time-consuming process. And I mean, in the modern world on YouTube, you can't live that way. You can't live on YouTube producing one video a month. I mean, maybe there are some people who can, but I just can't see that being possible. So I'll never make it. I'd love to make it. But... Reese says, hey Oxhorn, I have an idea for a Fallout game. What do you think about a game set in the Midwest based around a civil war between the East and the West Brotherhood of Steel? It's an interesting idea, but the problem is that with the events of Fallout 4, we've pretty much rejoined the East and the West. I mean, Maxon was approved to become Elder of the Brotherhood of Steel by the West Coast Elders, and he had to communicate with them for that to happen, and he kind of took a lot of the old school Brotherhood of Steel values that Elder Lyons had pushed aside and restored them, taking the outcasts back into the fold. So I just don't know if it would make sense with the lore that we already know. Peter says, you got me into Fallout New Vegas doing the Yes Man playthrough. I'm looking forward to doing that series on the Yes Man. Someone gave me a $10 tip, but it says message retracted. Well, I wish I could have read it, but thank you. Anthony says, I know everyone loves... Oh, that's the same thing I just read. Hey Bale says, G'day Oxhorn, greetings from Australia. I've been watching your videos for a while and really enjoying your Fallout 4 videos. Do you have any advice on starting a settlement building post-end game? Well, post-end game, you should have plenty of resources. My only feedback would be, if you're doing your first major settlement, try and pick a location that's pretty expansive because you want to make an engine that will fuel many of your other settlements. So you're going to want something that's producing as much money as possible, as much fertilizer as possible, as much random scrap as possible, so that you can use all of that scrap while you're building your other settlements. All of that will be connected by supply lines, and so you will have access to that. If you've got a settlement that's producing, 1 or 2 or 3,000 caps a day, then that's going to give you the money you need to buy other junk. And then just constantly doing scrap runs. I love going to GNR, to Galaxy News. Well, it's not Galaxy News Radio anymore, is it? Gunners Plaza. I love going to Gunners Plaza. You can walk away with a ton of wonderful settlement building scrap from that one location. That it'll build almost an entire settlement for you. But then then you gotta worry about provisioners. There are a number of ways to do it. In fact, I did a video all about how to set up your provisioners if you want to Google for it. I like having one central location that sends provisioners out to every single settlement that you've got. In that way, you can make the provisioners robots, and then only one settlement is going to suffer from the robot happiness penalty. All of the other recipient settlements will still get all of their happiness. Okay, one more question. Well, 2 more questions before we start the game. Henrik says, I can't smoke because of my asthma, and I can't drink because of my epilepsy. What would you suggest as alternatives, Oxhorn? A nice glass of lemon-flavored water and a slice of toast. I don't know. I mean, I'm no doctor. That's something you should ask your doctor. Chewing gum? There's always chewing gum. I don't know, man. What other hobbies are there? Knitting? Woodworking. Woodworking. I used to like carving tobacco pipes with briar wood. That was fun. Jordan Scott says, this is not my comment. I saw it in the chat, but imagine a meetup between the Atom Cats and the Kings. The amount of cool would be off the charts. That would be really cool. All right. So I'm going to start playing Rage, and during this gameplay, I'm not going to be able to pay attention to your comments. So you're welcome to continue to tip. I appreciate it, but I won't be able to see your comments while I'm playing the game. Okay. Let's turn off music. Let's... Nope, it's not wanting to register my game. Okay. There we go. All right. Shark Sleep says, hey, Oxhorn, just wanted to say that both me and my wife love your videos. Thanks for all your hard work. Well, thank you. All right, let me know if the sound needs to be adjusted at all. So here we are in the same dungeon where we found ourselves last time. The only difference is that I fought to this door. And I saved. So, key card in hand. We can try to move forward. Ah, the grenade! Okay. We're almost to where I died last time. I'm gonna have to buy way more sniper rounds next time. They're giving me plenty of pistol rounds, but that's about it. So what I'm supposed to be doing right now is raiding this facility because we learned that this facility was the production headquarters of the little robotic bombs that they keep sending out into the roads. So if I can take them out, we'll be making the wasteland a safer place. Okay, did I get everything? Nope, there's some up here. Pardon me. Alright, let's save. Right. I gotta blow up that cache. So, let's use an RC car. I had someone suggest last time that you shouldn't try and be a stealthy sniper in Rage, that you should just run and gun. But honestly, I can't imagine playing a game like this any other way. Stealthy sniper time. Bless you, says Pat Demick. Thank you very much. Oh! How did I not see that guy?
Show yourself. Come out, you.
I remember this room. I think this room was where I died last time. Let's save again. Just in case.
We're losing this.
Loot up. Oh, I've been here before. Okay, I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at.
I could use some help here. Follow out of there. He's high.
Hello, hello.
There he is.
Oh, hello. Right. Seven sniper rounds left.
Come here, you.
Yoo-hoo-hoo.
Ow, I can't see him. He's over there. Son of a bitch.
Oh!
All right, I'm on him. He's in the area.
Where's my... Yes. Just in time. Okay, can I switch ammunition? No.
There he is. Son of a bitch.
Man. Not nearly as powerful as my sniper rifle, but I suppose that is to be expected. guy's got a Gatling laser. Come on, look up. I'm not here. Oh, it's a heavy trooper.
Teach you should have messed with us.
Holy cow. Jiminy crickets. That one guy killed me twice. "19 fat boys." Let's say we iron sights this. I should probably save, huh? Save? Save. This is where I died last time, right at the end. But I think that may be it. All right, one final sweep to make sure I got all of the little bomb RC car parts. And I think I did. Okay. I gotta go restock on ammunition. Oops. That was a happy accident. Another heavy trooper. Okay. Let's try this again. What? Oh. Got the heavy trooper. Watch this one guy get me. Oh no. Quick save. Did he run? Okay. Okay. Now what? Now I need to use another RC car. Okay, here we go. RC car, select and use. Sweet, take the lift. Up. Oh! I'm completely out.
Right there.
Okay. The explosions are doing all the work for me. Well, most of it. Anyone up here? No. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Now if I can survive the trip back home. That's the big question. Whoa! I guess that was a waste of ammo. Up! Thank goodness I saved my shotgun ammunition for the end. Wow, that's really coming in handy. Anyone else? Let's see where this puts me. Where's my car? It's a sniper. But I'm out of sniper rounds. Got him! Oh! Got him. Sweet. A short walk away. Okay. Do I need to repair my car at all? Yeah. $2. Not bad.
Clear in the northern passage.
Let's go get our reward from the sheriff. If I can remember which way. There's the sheriff. Howdy, Sheriff.
Now that is another bit of good work. Those little RC bombs were nasty. Now, thanks to you, they're gone. What? Something's got Carlson setting off that well alarm again. Go see what the problem is. Probably just another false alarm.
A well alarm, eh? Check on Carlson in the Wellmaster's office. I didn't know where the Wellmaster's office was. Ooh, who we got in there? Since when does this town have a Wellmaster's office? All right, well, let's go check it out.
Set of wheels you want.
Up here, maybe? No? Rusty's Parts. Wellspring Speedway.
Think you're up for a little?
Wellsprings Meat Market. The Outfitters. Yeah, let's get some ammunition while we're here.
Care to browse my selections? Care to trade?
Let's sell whatever we've got. Let's see. What junk have we got? Probably need all of this. Rusted tools. I'll sell those. Food cans. Sell those. Beer bottles. Oil. Small objects. Gas liters. Aftershock absorber. No, I don't want to sell that. Nor do I want to sell my ordnance pack. Small battery pack. Mutant adrenal gland. Probably need to synthesize that. And that's it. Let's spend all my money on ammunition. That's what I always do. Ammo. Shotgun shell. No, sniper rounds first. $100. Now, shotgun shells. 130. Authority, no. Rockets, Viper rockets. Minigun ammo. I think I've got plenty of that. Whoops. What's that? A homing rocket. Well, I don't have a vehicle-mounted rocket launcher. Let's see. Fat Boys. I really love these. Let's get 100 of those. Okay, I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. Can I make any bandages? Let's go to engineering. Lock grinder, yes. Bandages, yes. Let's build all. Have we sit here as we build bandages. This is fun. Smoke break. Scotch break. Out of scotch. Oh, okay. Lock grinders. 3. Glad I didn't sell my gears. Whoops. Okay. Well, let's go to inventory and let's make sure that we place bandages as a quick item. Okay. Let's go to the job board first. Proposition. Got a business proposition involving a rare engineering schematic. I live west of Wellspring in the Hangar Settlement. Come pay me a visit if you're interested. Okay, let's do that later. First, let's find the well guy. And this brings me back out here. Well, this is the bar. Let's check in with, what's her name?
Hey, keep up the good work. The more bandit cars you destroy, the more you'll earn.
Looking to try
Hello
out
there,
your deck
stranger.
against mine?
Haven't seen you around these parts before. Can you help?
Turn around. Mayor. Wellmasters. There we go. Thank you. All right, what's with the siren, buddy?
Well, it's about damn time they sent someone to help me. Hell, this situation is turning critical. You hear that? Critical. Gotta be dealt with fast. So, my name is Carlson, and I manage the well. I was down there inspecting some equipment when a clan of bandits burst in and started ransacking the place. I barely made it out alive. Now they're threatening to poison our water supply. Know what that'll do? Strangle the...
Sorry about the framing on the face cam there, Colby. I hope that's better.
We need these bandits dealt with. It looks like you're our only hope.
I'll do it.
Good. Stop whoever is doing this and get that toxin before they poison the water. I've got some electro bolts I can give you. The bandit is foolish enough to stand in any water, shoot the water. Now, go, and good luck.
Thank you. Is this how I enter the well? That's it. Let's save. Oh, there are limited save slots. Let's do it. Let's clear out the well. Stop the Ghost Clan from poisoning the well.
They jumped us. Came out of nowhere. You gotta help us. There's some bandits around the corner. Use those electro bolts. Do what you can.
Oh, electro bolts. Ah, new weapon type. Great. I gotta learn how to do something new. Alright. Time for our next sacrifice.
Bastards didn't even have guts. You find anything yet? Very shitty. Keep looking.
Pretty handy. Pretty handy. All right, I like new things. I want that gun, whatever it is. Okay. I hear more bandits out there. Thankfully, I have my steel typical. Should probably use them economically, huh? Anyone else? Is the framing still off? Sorry. There we go. Yeah, Hello? No. No. Oh. That's the way to go. Before I go down that way, let's explore down here first. What's this? Nothing? Nothing. No reward for exploration. Whoa. Ooh. Can I jump over? Nope. Alright, looks like it's one way up. And that's the ladder. Electro bolts at the ready. Only 4 left, though. Man, I'll have to buy more when I get back into town. These are great. Good thing I recently made all those lock grinders. Bam. Wing sticks. Steel AR rounds. Why? Huffer's aerosol. Oh. Do I have too much of that ammunition or something? Thought I got a headshot there.
Over there. Come here, you son of a bitch.
Okay. Or you could come here. Man, they surrounded me good there. They're ninjas, man. Look at that. Flying off of each wall. It's just crazy. How do you learn ninja skills in the post-apocalypse? Plastics.
Hey, over there! What's that?
Look at the graffiti. Look at that. That's really well done. We got nasty carnage here. Ooh, look at all the bodies. And can't go that way, I'm presuming. What was that? Oh. Good thing they're melee. The shotgun's coming in handy with them being melee. Wait, is this where I came from? It is where I came from. Quick save. Had to put the cigar down. Righto. Making headway, making progress. Ammunition rationing was the biggest issue I had earlier in the game, and my biggest frustration. But now that I actually have the money from doing all of these jobs, I'm feeling much better about this. What's this? What's this? Wait a minute. He dodged it. Oh, man. Ooh. Okay. Doing okay. So much for stealth, but doing okay. Ah! That's why we saw that little peak. Because now we know there's something at the top here. More winging sticks. Good news. What's that? Collector cards, steel AR rounds. Looks like I'm missing a gun. Because they keep on trying to give me these steel AR rounds, but I don't need them because I don't have the gun, apparently. Hurry up! Oh. Okay. Forrest says you are awesome and do more Fallout lore. I will. I do a lot of Fallout lore. I will do more. I love it. Ooh, down into the pits of hell. Actually, it looks like things are getting wet again. Let's see if I can get out my electro bolts. Only 2 left. And I'm out. Probably didn't need to waste that last one, but oh well.
Destroy that asshole. Come here.
This is my Shotty McShooter face.
Oh, there he is. Suck on this.
What? Was that their grenade? Okay. That wasn't mine. I mean, unless there were mines, then it would be a mine. But yep, grenades. Well, someone wanted to let me in after destroying the guards. Well, that's convenient. Thanks, buddy. Don't know who you are. Glad you're on my side.
I think he's close.
Who said that?
We've got it. Over there. Yeah, get up now.
He closed the gate. That's what it was.
Stay down.
So it was a trap. No wonder they let me through. Okay.
Over there. Chase him down.
I'm gonna go through my entire magazine, aren't I? Just all of it. 38 left. I had 100 shells when I came in here. Do I gotta do this again? Yeah. Okay.
I see you.
Finally. I wonder if they would have kept doing that had I not shot them before they got to the controller. Actually, they would have. Okay, two ways up. Path on the left, path on the right. Heading to the right first? No. Is there a hallway down here to the left? No. What is that? Oh, it's a darkened corner. Scotch. Water? Scotch. 1 second. There we go. Just a dollop. Wet the mouth, you know. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Cave? What? Who killed him?
Hey, down here!
Oh, okay, friends. Hey!
This way. Let's go.
Oh, who are you? Shall I just follow you blindly for no reason at all? Okay.
Fresco, get that damn gate open. Where are you now? Get to that toxic canister.
Well, you gonna provide cover and fire for me, guys, or what? Telling me to get to the canister. Just let me get... Oh no, my friends are dead. I allowed him to die. My bad.
Good job. I'll stay down here. Get that toxin out of here.
Sure, let me loot the corpses first. And whatever that is over there that I missed. Buckshot. Any more feltrite? Okay. Toxic canisters, where are they? That? That's it. Should I have been on that platform? Yep. There we go. Ooh, 2 ways to go. Will I get stuck if I go back there? I don't see a reason to go back there. No loot back there. Do you see anything back there? Alright, up we go. Quick save. Pinkies. Some sort of pre-war food, like a Dandy Boy apple. Oh, is that it? I think that's it.
Whoa, nice work, my friend.
All right.
Those bandits didn't know what hit them. Maybe next time they'll think twice about trying to squeeze us dry.
Okay, Wellspring. Let's take the toxin back. Where did this?
Knows you a lot, friend.
Where did this put us out?
Good people of Wellspring. As many of you have heard, our precious well facility was recently attacked by a group of well-armed bandits. But thanks to our good Samaritan, the facility was saved. But due to the extended danger...
Incredible you made it back alive. You just saved an entire town from certain death. I'm sure those bandits will think twice about messing with us again. Now about that toxin. I don't know what it is about it, but I know it isn't safe. Old man Cavassier should see it. Maybe he can figure out what it is. I just know I don't want it around here. Too dangerous.
All right, sounds
I
good.
need you to take it to him. Maybe he'll know what to do with it if those bandits...
Well, looks like I need to go to Cavassier, and I think I'll do that on another day. So we got through 2 quests on this broadcast. Thank you for joining me. Scrat Redemption says, keep up the good work, Ox. Look forward to seeing your lore vids on Fallout 76. Well, thank you very much. I plan to make lots of lore videos about Fallout 76. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and save the game, and we will end the broadcast for now. I'm going to get back to work on my Legion video, my personal thoughts on Caesar's Legion, which I will have for you on Saturday. Remember, no video tomorrow, because I'm going to be working on that video all day tomorrow. It's going to be an epic one, but I'll have that video for you on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for joining me for this broadcast of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 466, I believe it was. Be sure to tune in next week, same Ox time, same Ox channel, here on my YouTube channel at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Until then, you guys have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you soon with a brand new video.